Now, before we get to the main news stories today, let's go right at the top talking about the weekend box office. Of course, Mission Impossible Fallout opened this weekend. They were saying it was projecting at around $60 million, which would make it the biggest opening in Mission Impossible history. And sure enough, it did. Mission Impossible took the #1 spot, opening with $61.5 million. Once again, that is a new record for the Mission Impossible franchise. It is now the largest opening in the franchise history, and rightfully so. It's gotten really solid reviews. It's a good, solid movie. Not my favorite of the franchise, but a really good, solid movie, enjoyable, and it comes in with $61.5 million. Mamma Mia's hanging in there. Here we go again. Comes in at the #2 spot, jumping over Equalizer 2, taking $15 million for its second weekend. I love that movie, by the way. Equalizer 2 falls down to the #3 spot with $14 million. Hotel Transylvania keeps trucking along in there, making another $12.3 million. And the opening weekend for Teen Titans Go, hey, you know what? Not bad. $10.5 million on its opening weekend. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think Teen Titans Go would make that much. I'm seeing from some people online, they're saying, oh, why did it only make that much? And they're disappointed. But to me, I wasn't expecting it to make that much. I really wasn't. I did not think it would even make $10 million. And it did. And guess what, guys? It's only got like 50 reviews, which I don't know why, but people aren't reviewing this movie. But it's only got about 50 reviews. But out of those 50 reviews, it's holding like a 90%. Last I checked, it was 89%. So like right around 90%. So I haven't gone to see it. I have no intention of going to see it. I have no plans to see it. But if you've been thinking about it, consider that. It's got a 90% rating. It did better at the box office than I thought it would at $10 million, $10.5 million. So that's pretty good. But let's talk about Mission Impossible Fallout for a second. First of all, the action and the live stunts and all that kind of stuff were incredible. Tom Cruise is an absolute madman. Like an absolute madman. The stuff in this movie is just a glorious feast for the eyes on a lot of different levels. Now, listen. Sorry, I've just got messages coming from people. I still don't think it was the best of the franchise. Like, I still think the one they did, I think, what was it, Ghost Protocol? I think Ghost Protocol is still my favorite one of the franchise. I don't know that I'd put Mission Impossible in my top 2 or 3 of the year. It probably does crack into my top 5. Solid movie, a lot of fun. Tom Cruise is great in it. Henry Cavill's great in it. The cast is really solid. Great action, great like old school, but to the nines, stunts and stuff like that. Again, Tom Cruise doing most of his stuff on his own. It was a triumph for it. And again, the results are biggest opening of the franchise. Now, we are living in an era where people hear $60 million opening and they don't think it's that great. But that's only because we become desensitized, because we're used to hearing things about, you know, Avengers Infinity War opening, and it opens with $200 million. And, you know, this movie opens to $120 million. So we hear 60. We got to remember, 60 is a really good opening for most films. And again, for Mission Impossible, biggest opening in its franchise. And I think it's going to have pretty good legs because the ratings are strong. Last I checked, it had 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience response seems to be very solid. People are raving about it. It's getting strong word of mouth. So I think it's going to have some pretty decent legs moving forward. I think you're going to see this being the highest grossing film in the franchise history. Not just opening weekend, but overall. All right. With that out of the way, let's get on to our main topics of the day.